Welcome everyone to another Your Little Castle show. My name is Carter Rethwish, aka the Cardinal Cowboy. We always are bringing on experts from our little planet here, our little corner of the world here. We're based out of St. Louis, Missouri, and we wanted to get somebody to talk to us a little about this heat, cool. How do you maintain a house?
Yeah.
Because there's a lot that goes into that. So we've got our expert here from Ambient Air here in St. Louis. Give it up for Shawn Murnan.
Thank you for having me, and hello St. Louis and surrounding areas.
Well, we do want to help out the entire St. Louis area. We're always looking for the leaders in the local community that can help people. So
get that.
That's why we reached out to you, Shawn, because we wanted to have you share with us a little bit about what it is to maintain a house properly, give them that perfect temperature, and what goes into that.
As far as maintaining the whole house properly, that's quite it's like making the best pizza you ever have.
Right.
With the best sauce. But when it comes to the AC, some of the things that didn't work before, they're probably not going to work again. So it depends on what's on how you want to approach it. Now, sometimes we could go with mini splits, ductless heating and cooling, or it might call for just a new system and leaving this ductwork the same.
Okay.
Other than that, what we want to do in the AC season is remove the humidity effectively. That's what goes down the drain as the water flows down, goes down the drain and into the floor drain, not all over the floor.
Right.
And we've been have a really good approach to how to be effective in that.
Well, you've been doing this for quite a while, and like I said, I've dealt with the repercussions, if you will, of not having an AC system running properly. You end up with some expensive repairs and a hot house, and it's not comfortable. But you show up to make people happy and to get them at that perfect temperature. What is the perfect temperature?
I like to make people happy. I want to make you happy.
What is the right temperature for a house generally?
I think what it depends for him and for her. Could be a multitude of things, and you have one thermostat or several thermostats is a little bit more direct. Zones, it probably was several thermostats. Getting around to what's the right temperature, that's what people can.
Depends on the time of year. Depends on it's kind of depends on the person.
Yeah, how different people feel and effects of their bodies and their mass. There's a lot of different things that go into thermal composition.
Well, I generally keep mine at a temperature somewhere around 69 to 72. Is that a fair range?
I'm right there with you.
Okay.
I do too.
And if you get much hotter than that, I've seen a lot of people, some people will keep theirs in the mid 70s during the summer. And then what's the coolest you want to keep a house at the winter?
I'd say, well, let me tell you this. You said that it's right about what I put it at. 69 degrees in the wintertime and 72 degrees in the summer time.
Okay.
Kind of makes you save a little energy like that and have a blower, the circulating fan that's inside that box called the furnace. An ECM motor, it's a lot more energy efficient than an older furnace 10 years prior.
Okay. Well,
you could leave that constantly running, and it always seems to circulate the air, keep your inside rooms from stratification of hot air and cold air. The cold air drops, the hot air rises. Keep all that mixed, and you're generally easier to circulate conditioned air.
Okay. This is a strategy essentially to this, and I
It's
was
a
not familiar.
strategy that's way beyond. I'm only still learning.
Right. Well, I appreciate that because, like I said, if you get some people, people have strokes. People can become very unhealthy depending on the temperature.
It's a critical asset.
And yeah, so a critical asset. I like this. So how often you have somebody that says, "Hey, man, get over here. It's an emergency." Is it more often when it's too cold, or
Usually
more often
they're
when
nice.
it's too hot?
Usually they're nice. Our AC's down. I hear you loud and clear. It's nice, and you don't even. Oh my God, what am I gonna do? We get there, or if I can't get there, these people can get there for you because we're not just trying to take all the business. Essentially, we want that to be something where you can get that back online and figure it out. If not, it's a window unit or a remote kind of cooling system that's going to fit in your window somehow and vent out the exhaust of an AC. Usually has to vent out somewhere. Sometimes it needs a condensate drain, but
Okay.
the ACs that I have, like when in emergency situations, and we have remote units that roll on the floor, has a tube that connects to some kind of window or a dryer vent that's on somewhere located in a way that's we can make it work and find the best solution. And it's just not go, let's do it like this. Wait, that's a $18,000 quick thing. Let's think about it. Or there's financing, and some of the financing doesn't even cost our customers. I found it doesn't cost them an annual, an extra fee if they did it a certain, like a 3-payment deal. So a lot of times they just want it to be a service call, and
Sure. Get it up and running. We
find
need this thing going.
maybe the best way over the long haul would be some kind of way I can show you that it would probably show you a different. I'm not trying to.
Well, I'm with you because that's
Oversell,
important. We talk about it in the matter of, we're going to give a shout out to some of our sponsors here because you got to have a house that's conditioned nicely. You got to have nice furniture in that house. So we're proud to have.
Comfortable.
You got to be comfortable, right? We were proud to have Carroll House Furniture as a sponsor here because you like nice things in your little castle, as we put that
Carroll
up.
House.
Right, and so and then if you're going to buy a house, you've got to have a mortgage. So we've also teamed up with USA Mortgage. I do have my mortgage license. My NMLS number will come up there for everybody to see. But with that, jump right back into. So Shawn, let's talk a little bit more about it. What was it that helped you decide to get into this industry? You decided you wanted to help people to keep their living quarters in good condition, temperature-wise.
Yeah.
Why did you decide to get into this industry?
In the beginning, it wasn't. I'm just gonna be all I can be, like in the service. I was in dire straits, and I thought my AC maybe replacing or something. And I was a bar manager at the Chase Hotel. Now it was always cool there, even though the heat was on for sure. But when it came down to it, Devin was two, probably he was young, in 1999, and the AC wasn't working. It was like springtime of 2000, and new millennium, and what are we gonna do? I don't know. I'm working a lot. We have kids, and and had Welsh Heating and Cooling come to our house. And sure enough, this guy, Michael and Jack, I got to talking to him. And all he needed to do was wash out the box outside.
Wow.
Really? What was going on there? Yeah, I heard some of it. So I took an interest to it, though, definitely. And Mike offered a training with an apprenticeship in a union. I'm like, who is this guy? Man, he must have. This is great. Okay. So I downsized with my full-time job bartending at nights, and it was more at 6:30 in the morning till 3:30 in the afternoon, and we'll play with my kids. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with the training thing and the full benefits. So that's
where it got started.
Great.
How long ago was that?
That was in 2000. 1999. Started in 2000.
So we're almost a quarter century you've been in doing this now.
It's been almost 24 years.
Yeah, because if you start 2000, you count that year, that's like counting zeros. So yeah, it's 24 years.
Yeah.
Well, keep up the good work.
Y2K.
You told me about the path. Before, why do you think it was that you gained so much interest in this? Did you have a particular hobby earlier in your youth that drew you towards mechanics and air conditioning, or what was it that drew you to this?
Yeah. You know, my other vehicle's a time machine, and always took an interest, mainly from my father. Thanks, Dave. Dave. My dad would, even when we lived in Delmar on Eastgate, in an apartment, he was going to Washington University. He had a frame, he was welding and built this thing that wasn't for the streets. I could tell you that. Nothing I've seen. Usually I've seen some Cadillacs go by, so I knew back when I was 4 or 5, I knew that was that kind of car. Okay, this was something else. It was like for off-road stuff, and it had these big pipes coming through. I was like, well, I found those are headers. Okay. Dad,
So
what did you make?
you drew an affinity for mechanics then? And you said, oh, I like, what led you to the air conditioning?
Well, it was cold in there.
Okay.
It was nice and cool. AC was something, like I said, I didn't have AC. Found somebody that was in the trade. They helped. They welcomed me in, and the rest was pretty much you take it and run with it. So that's what I've done. And
Well, then tell me a little bit. What about what you do now fuels your passion? What causes Shawn Murnan to get up every day and say, "I love what I'm doing here to help people"? And
you definitely have to get motivated to get up, don't you?
Sure.
You know, to get up every day. Yeah. Blazing a trail, you know, there's several things to why I love AC. One is a way that you're helping people, and there's a way the whole day kind of goes through.
That's all right. Yeah. Well,
It's
I get
all
it.
right.
Yeah.
Hello?
Somebody probably needs some help, right?
Yeah, it's one of our, yeah, but hey
Well-
there, I'll call you in a little bit. I'm on.
We got you.
All right, thanks.
There it is.
See you. Bye.
But
Sorry.
there you go. No, you got clients you got to take care of. You
Yeah.
told them you're calling back. So as a matter of your passion, you really feel like you get to contribute by saying, "Hey, we're going to fix your house. We're going to keep you comfortable," because it wasn't too long ago. Not everybody had AC. Now it's like required. Does anybody have a house these days not built with a heater and an air conditioner in the house? And that's the expectation now, isn't it?
With great schooling is great responsibility comes great responsibility.
Right.
So with that, okay, well, I've learned a thing or two, but we need other people, not just me.
Right. Well, you've hired a friend of mine.
Hired.
Is that working all right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You show his picture.
Is he okay? We'll get to that's our buddy Rick Schrader, and Rick is now he's got his certification, and he started working for Ambient Air.
Yeah, he was a ranking graduate, and Rick has been great. And we've let him loose. One of the houses that we went to was I didn't do this on purpose, but these people had a problem with a flood apparently, or what was going on. They needed, it was their furnace was literally swamped, and
oh wow.
After we come in after the water mess, but anyway, Rick handled it great. I went there first, but
let Rick take over, and he handled it well for you. Well, it's good. It's good to have solid employees who do a good job. People you can trust to get the job done correctly. And so I've known Rick for some time now, and I knew that he'd be a good fit for you guys. So I'm glad you guys have worked that out well. Let's take a look at some of your reviews over here. You've got some great pictures we're going to share with everybody a little bit too. So, but with that, let's take a look at. We love to see our Google reviews. I'm going to put these up on the wall. You can see here a 37 reviews, and you can see here just all around positive.
That's because one person, I don't know where this guy came from, he said, "Oh yeah, the Ambient Air, one of the worst companies out there. I wouldn't let him work on a window unit." I've seen that.
Well, I can tell you, you've done pretty well otherwise, because I'm looking here and I only saw one that wasn't a 5, but professional, punctuality, quality, responsiveness, value. Shawn was professional and went out of his way to keep us informed on what he was doing. As he is a veteran, I have no doubts about recommending him. Very
Cool.
good.
We go above and beyond.
Well, that's important. And another one I'll read here.
You have to, pretty much, I've found.
Yeah, I've had Shawn do several central air installs for over the last 5 years. Repair, he always does a good job at a great price. No, what one negative review doesn't fit my experience at all. That's right. It's almost like if you don't have at least one negative review.
That is a good customer of mine, Kevin.
Yeah, and that's Kevin. So what's it like? I mean, what do you get a little excited about the reviews that you get from people, and then see what people have to say? Tell me how that makes you feel.
Yeah, it's good, especially when it's natural, organic.
Right.
Hey, buddy, I need a review. But not like that. It's been good. So business, I don't have to rely on. Well, I don't rely too much on advertising.
Right.
I've tried that with several different ways. It's not so much for me. I just don't feel that it's the best fit. Even if I have a website, and you don't need to totally optimize it or tell me
right.
what you're going to do out there.
Well, do a good job
and
like this. You get these reviews. I'll show you with everybody. Take a look on the wall again. I'm going to put this up for everyone to see. You're also accredited by the BBB. You've got an A+, 5 out of 5 stars on that as well.
Yeah.
And so to have an A+ rating from the BBB, how's that make you feel?
I stuck with that. Just having that $43 a month.
Right?
It's not doing much, but
just
it's
get a listing.
nice to have a good anchor in a way that lets anybody that wants to know that's out there that Ambient Air does what they say they're going to do, and the Better Business Bureau has been really great in St. Louis. A couple of people I've got to know work there. They've been to my house, which is most of my office, and and I've stuck with them, and it's gonna stay that way.
Well, that's good to see because BBB has been around for a long time too. And somebody like that,
I'm
if they're giving you
glad
an A plus, there's definitely something you've done to earn that as well.
Great.
So tell me, what is the one thing that you would say sets your business apart? What do you do? You seem like a very compassionate guy. You really just like to take care of people. What would you say sets you apart?
Attention to detail, I've noticed.
Okay. If you're paying attention, you must be paying attention to the detail, right?
Much, but, I'd say attention to detail. If somebody couldn't get that job finished, somebody else is called, and it's definitely, we've all been there, have a second opinion, and if I had something to gain or something to add to their lessen the service call or come up with a good solution, I've definitely helped out with that. Being thorough. Is your drain is not working right, or I noticed that the level is not the correct pitch or whatever. That's all I can really think of right now.
Well, I was say it seems like it's a good point you made because there's so much that goes into an HVAC system that there could be any number of different issues that cause the problem. So if you're not paying attention to all the details, you overlook anything. You could have missed the problem, and you go, I don't know what the problem is. Let's just buy a new unit. How often the sales guys we've all seen say, oh, yeah, let's just buy a new unit. He likes that sale, get a $7,000, $20,000 sale.
Right.
And that's not. And if they just want to examine it more closely.
I have a picture in here that we could maybe if we didn't go through it too much, but if you could thumb through, I've saved some customers thousands of dollars where they've had somebody we're going to just replace it. It's 11 years old or something, but don't go there. Just replace it. Found something that was relatively simple, like a condensate hose on a furnace.
Oh, wow.
And fixed that problem with not a whole lot of
that was
something to do.
$100 repair.
Could be.
Maybe less.
Yeah.
Throwing an hour of labor on top of that. Well, that's what we're looking for, the people that lead the community. Take a note, everybody. Pay attention to the details.
Right.
And don't always take this first bid when somebody says, right? Somebody says, you need a new unit, $20,000. Wait a minute.
Your head.
Call Shawn here, Shawn Murnan, Ambient Air. Ambient,
Right on.
I've got what's AmbientAirSTL.com is the website. We've got it up here on the wall behind us. I'll put this up for everybody to see on the screen. But take a look there, and there's a service page. But double check these things.
Thanks.
Because why would you
so sparkly?
why would you spend so much money on something like that when you don't need to? And there's how many times does that happen? That happened to me
Spend
once.
the money. You want to make sure that it's a good fit for what you're wanting to do.
Absolutely. Well, we appreciate that. All right, Shawn, well, let's take a look. We've got a picture up here on the wall off to the right here. You've got a folder. We give everybody access to a Google Drive. Say, hey, share with us some of the excitement about you. Tell me what is this particular...
right here, by the way, I was selling this.
Okay.
Recently, it's a 3.5-ton air handler.
Okay.
That one of my friends took out of his grow room that he's like, it's in the way. I have it in my parents' garage, and I'm looking to get rid of it or trade it for something. Willing to take, it's like worth $700 with the other picture is a. No, I didn't know you were going to pull this one up first.
it was the first one in the show. Should we actually have? Let me go back, and I'll put this up on us. But as we chat here for a minute, but
I didn't quite mean to make it a plug, but
no, that's good. But
if somebody wants it, I don't feel like.
Look to the right. You want me to start off with these? To start with SO? Is that what you like?
Let's go to the second thing. That's a cracked heat exchanger.
Okay.
Can we go back and see the?
The
return, there's a return air box made of sheet metal.
Okay, where's that at?
That would be right next. There it is. Up
The
there.
second one. Okay.
That one, sir.
All right. So this is what we're talking about, everybody.
So there's the unit and the return air box with a filter slide.
Okay.
Takes a 20 by 20 filter.
Explain to me what that is.
$700.
What is that piece of the AC, I guess? What does that do?
So the bottom part is a box that the electric air handler, which is a coil in the lower portion of that air handling unit, is the A coil. So it's filled with two basically looks like two radiators leaning against each other. It has several series of tubing together. This one now is aluminum, so which is better because there's not different metals associated. You just have all aluminum. If you had copper with metal and then aluminum fins, you have three different expansion rates in the heating, or your cooling and heating. Things are expanding at three different rates, causing the joints that are soldered together in a factory to eventually wear and cause a leak.
And so when you've got a leak that you're losing Freon, and that gets
Yeah.
very expensive.
Yeah.
It's something that you definitely want to consider before.
Formicary corrosion.
Formicary corrosion there, everybody. Sean's whipping out the big words for us. But all right, so an expert in the building here that can help us with the HVAC issues, questions, or problems you may have. And with that, I'm going to scroll over to one more picture here
Okay.
before we're gonna share a lot more. You're a bit into music too, is that right?
This is one of my favorite bands, and this guy, Dallas Woodson, is one of the coolest guitarists. Yeah. Definitely friends of mine. When we do something on he's into maintenance and building, property management. He's seen it all, and he's hired me to come along and help him too. Friends helping friends out. We do a lot of that.
Well, that's cool. We know you got a musical background. You enjoy doing a lot of that. Well, we appreciate you coming here for this first half hour. It goes quickly. We're going to do another half hour discussion here. Sean's got a lot more in-depth analysis, a lot more pictures. We're going to show some of his actual work, a lot of things that he does in the community, and just what he does to make this world a little bit better place. So stay tuned for more as Sean will share with us. And I believe I think he looks like John Goodman from like 20 years ago. And he's equally funny and nice. So keep up the good work, Sean. All right, everybody, stay tuned for more. You're enjoying the Your Little Castle Show. Our expert here from Ambient Air, Shawn Murnan. We'll be back for more, everybody. Stay tuned. Giddy up.